Hey people, it's Bunky and I'm going to show you the battle monster. This guy is like Baby's first gold character. He is nigh impossible to kill on the difficulty, I'll be honest with you guys. If you still haven't got that lone wolf banner yet, the best thing you can do is rock this character with this build I'm about to give you now and just go up against a Geth, because then you've got no sync kill enemies to worry about, and just destroy everything. Okay, this guy is unmovable. Okay, he cannot be killed. Let me show you how this works. All right, for the biotic charge, you're going to want radius. I'm always going to recommend that for your first evolution. For your next evolution, go ahead and take weapon synergy. Okay, this is going to give you a nice 25% increase to all weapon damage every time you charge, and this is really where the Krogan's DPS is going to come from. You can go with the melee build. I mean, that's increased melee damage by 40% for 5 seconds. That is really cool. My friend Dom insists it's the way to play the Krogan Vanguard, and it is a completely viable and fun way to play it. I've gone ahead and let him record the video for that, and he dragged me in to commentate that as well. So I'll put a link in the video right now. You can go check out the melee build for the Krogan Vanguard. But the thing I'm rocking now is going to be the weapons build. Okay, this one, it is better, guys. It is better. Arguably not as fun, but it's definitely more effective. Let's move on though. Okay, for the last evolution though, take barrier. Okay, this is where it starts. Okay, this is where it almost becomes impossible to kill the character. Don't bother with Carnage. Just don't. To be honest, this character really does not need Carnage. It plays such a little... I mean, it plays more of a role these days than it ever did. Now, because now you can actually use Carnage to set up a fire explosion, so you can hit them with Carnage and then charge in. Yeah, you could do that. You could even detonate with Barrier if you wanted to be a suicide bomber, but I'll be honest with you guys, it's just going to slow the character down. I spec out of it and really put all your points into Barrier here. Now for your first evolution, take Barrier Strength. Okay, decrease damage taken by 5%. Then we're going to go with Power Synergy. So basically when Barrier is in effect, which it should always be, okay, that's going to give us a 30% increase to damage and force, making our biotic charge something really quite powerful. And finally, go with Power Recharge, guys. Reduce the power speed penalty by 30%. You can go with Barrier Strength, but then you're going to need a much lighter gun, to be perfectly honest. This guy is just about charging in, so he never loses his barrier. Okay, he's just impossible to kill. Right now we got like a 30% damage reduction. That's more than enough. You can knock it up to 40 if you really felt the need. Now, okay, Krogan Battle Master, guys. Go with damage and capacity, and then power damage. You could go with weapon damage on the first one. You really could. But this allows you to go with something a little bit heavier. So, because the Krogans, without Carnage doing the whole fire explosion thing, you really have no great damage output with this character. He is a tank. So it's good to have the option of a pretty... chunky gun, to be honest, guys, and you still want to be able to charge a lot though. That's why I recommend damage and capacity. But for your final evolution, finally get some weapon damage. Okay, so then we got a 20% increase there. And then for rage, I'm going to recommend all health and shields. Okay, durability, well, I say that's not true. When you're a Vanguard, you don't really need to get shield recharge in the next evolution. Okay, you can go hell and get martial artist. I mean, your charge is what's going to get your shield back, and you're going to be able to charge way before any enemy can possibly take it down. So if you take the martial artist, you've got an option. Then you can like punch an enemy in, and all your melees are going to be stronger afterwards. Why not take it, guys? But then for the last one, take fitness expert. Of course, if you did want to go with the melee build, you probably just want to stick with martial artist and then pure rage, to be honest. Okay, like I did with my Krogan soldier. But look at this, guys. We've got 1,850 health and barrier now, and barrier's given us a nice increase to that. Well, a nice damage reduction as well. We got charge keeping that barrier. This guy is impossible to floor. He really is. I'll show you in the gameplay of this. Just stick some equipment on him, and you'll show you how it works. Now for the weapon, I'm going to be rocking the Riga Carbine. Okay, this gun does insane damage per second. Its only major flaw is that you have to be incredibly close to the enemy to use it, and well, nobody else is going to give you the opportunity to be that close, quite like the Krogan Vanguard. Okay, he's going to just charge in, take a ton of damage, and just dish it out loads with this Riga Carbine. I'm going to be rocking the Shredder mod and the high caliber barrel on it. You don't need you don't need the magazine upgrade, to be honest, guys. Maybe for platinum when they're kind of lacking, but you do just kind of want to go through the armor, and you really want to sort of go through Guardian shields as well, because there'll be no other way around it. And you don't need the smart choke as well, because this thing it's like a blue flame that comes out of it. There's no real accuracy to it, to be honest, guys. It's you'll see in the gameplay. So to stick with those mods, that's what I'm going to recommend. For the equipment, I'm going to recommend you put some sort of elemental ammo on it. I'm going to say use Incendiary for the best explosions and all the nice damage over time and stuff. Get that on there. Now for the armor bonus, I'm going to be rocking a cyclonic modulator. Okay, this is so now you saw my barriers, guys. Now times it by 100 or 150 here, and then for the gear bonus, I'm going to be rocking the shield booster. Okay, this is just insane amount of shields. The enemy will never take them down. There's another 30% increase there. I'm going to be able to charge well before those enemies work that off me. So yeah, this is going to be incredible. You'll see. And then finally, take the rail lamp you need. Then I'm rocking a shotgun, so I'm going to take the shotgun rail lamp. I'll get more into options and stuff in the gameplay, but let's crack on with that. Alright, here we go. I'm with Dominoes and my buddy Lito here for this gameplay. I'm actually rocking a Cyclonic 3 and a Shotgun Rail Amp 3 in the actual gameplay. We're going to go with Unknown Gold, because we're taking on whatever the game's ready to throw at us. That's what I'm trying to show you in these videos for the most part, guys, is that you can keep up with with good players using good characters, and you can take on any enemy faction on any map. My builds are well rounded. You don't need to stage an event to play them. Okay, so that's what we're going with here. And a fine example is that we're going to be up against the Collectors. Okay, the worst faction for Vanguards, guys. They really are, and it's because of the Praetorians and the Seeker Swarms. I mean, Seeker Swarms are going to shut down your charge ability and leave you incredibly vulnerable, and obviously Praetorians are just enemies you don't want to be up close with. But I'm going to show you how to deal with them really well in this gameplay. So barrier goes on straight away and we charge in. Now I am rocking the Riga Carbine with Incendiary ammo, so you'll just see me now. I'll charge in. Weapon synergy is now in effect. My weapon damage is increased now. I'm doing a ton of damage. Look at that. If the enemy manages to survive, they're on fire, and my follow-up charge is going to set off a fire explosion and finish them off. That's pretty much it, guys. It's rinse and repeat from then on. That's all you need to do is basically just charge in, light them up, charge in again. Your standard attack makes you unkillable. You've got this incredible barrier, especially with all those shield mods up on. You don't even need to, guys. Go into some of all the options in a moment, but I just done it just to prove a point here. You can just tank like no one else tanks like this. Not even the Juggernaut. Okay, the Juggernaut is obviously designed to be a tank. But he doesn't have this survivability, okay? He just doesn't. His little melee holding one enemy in place and slowly stripping shields off them, it just does not match to charging in, staggering all the enemy off their feet and getting your full shields back in an instant, okay? This Krogan Vanguard is... he's amazing for that. That's the role he plays for the team, okay? He's just out there eating all the damage. He's the biggest damage sponge, and none of the team needs to get hurt then. If they just follow the dinosaur, just follow the dinosaur and everything's going to be okay. Call him Barney and he's going to take you on a trip. And Dom's rocking the Krogan Sentinel here, so he's pretty tanky himself, but it does not match up to this guy. This is why it just makes it so easy to play this difficulty, guys, with this character. You can do this on Platinum, though. You really can. Obviously, that you're going to have you are definitely going to encounter sync kill enemies on Platinum. That's why it gets a bit trickier. But you stick with this video, guys. I'm going to show you how to deal with any sync kill enemy. But let's talk us out some of the choices we got with this character here. Obviously, I'm rocking the Riga because look at this insane DPS it does. It's just this electric flame that comes out of it. Just I don't even know how it functions. It just turns out so much damage per second. It's quite ridiculous. But you can go ahead and rock something like the Piranha as well, because that really does chew through armor. The fully automatic shotgun, you can charge in, get the weapon synergy going in there, do a ton of damage like that. Other than that, though, I'm kind of going to recommend that you just stick with things like SMGs and stuff, because it's the damage per second we want. We want to do a lot of damage after the charge, and we want to set up explosions with like some sort of elemental ammo. So jump on the SMGs, rock something like the Hurricane. The Tempest, if that's like the best thing you rock in there, or you can even go with the Collector SMG, because then there's no ammo issue. Then you're just constantly out in the fray. But like I said, what I've said before with the Collector SMG, it's all about making sure you've got that at least level 5. Level 6 preferably, which mine is these days, hooray! But you kind of want it at level 5 at the very minimum. You can go with some pistols, guys. Yeah, you can. There's some nice choices as well, because you've got things like the Talon, okay, which strip shields, and obviously once the shields are down, they're going to be ready for an explosion, so that's good for you. You can go with the Scorpion, because as soon as that thing sticks, that's another explosion set up there. But look what I'm doing here with this Praetorian, keeping my distance, okay? I'm not going in, just not going to ever get in sort of melee range with him while he's walking, but see, while he's doing that charge, then he's open for me to go in. So, I'm going to look. The Riga's got a fair distance to it. Okay, it's not bad at all. So I don't really need to take a massive risk with it. I can basically go as far as I can with the Riga carbine to sort of put in the hurt with that Praetorian. Eventually he's going to start shooting his laser or some kind of missiles at me, and then I charge in, I get the fire explosion that knocks him off his feet. That's more enough time for me to pull back then and just repeat the sequence. You're going to see me do that a lot in this video. But let me stick with the weapons here. You can obviously go with things like the Eagle as well. It is a caster weapon, and it does turn out... Shoot it from the hip. Actually, I got swarmed here, so I can't charge this guy, so I'm just going to have to gun him down and just rely on my massive barriers and stuff to survive, which I can. Plenty of options there. Same with the Scions, though, guys. See, look, if he met really with all the other characters, apart from the Banshees, you only need to pull out once they've meleeed, and most of the time, if they've meleeed you, they've knocked you out anyway, and then you just back up a bit more and wait for them to do a different attack before you charge back in again. But just playing it safe with the Scion, because I know my other friends are nearby; they could just melee at any moment and then be ready to sync kill me. So just keep your distance and capitalize on the real opportunities that these enemies leave you open with. Well, I've always said I've told you a million times now if you've watched all my videos of the Banshees, it's all about getting her into a caster stance. She's got 2 stances, guys. When she's teleporting around with that blue squiggly stuff around her, she will sync kill you if you come anywhere near her. But the moment she starts shooting her powers like warp and starts doing that area scream thing, she's not going to sync kill you in that stance, guys. She won't go back into sync until she sort of bows forward, spreads her arms open, and then screams. That's her going back into the first stance. In a caster stance, you can just go in there, you can do whatever the hell you like with her, okay? So you really kind of capitalise on that stance. But, sorry, let me try and keep some focus here. You can use the Eagle, you can shoot that from the side. Because of its rate of fire and everything, you can just you can kind of reliably set up explosions, but that's not a top choice, guys, it really isn't. I'm just going to get out of the way there, let the Praetorian dive out of the way. Acolyte took him an amazing... see, I took a risk here. He meleeed, but stepping back. Okay, he's ready to sync kill, so I can just stay out of range so he can't get me. Acolyte's amazing Vanguard weapon, though, guys. Obviously, you just strip shields with 1 hit. And then if you put an elemental ammo on there, they're going to be primed for that explosion. Dom's going to be in a bit of trouble here, but watch the Krogan charge. Boom! Okay, the Krogan charge is different from everybody else's biotic charge. Essentially, what it is, guys, it's a different power altogether with the same name. Okay, the biotic charge the Krogan has is his own unique biotic charge. It's slower, but it's got a ton more force to it. It hits so much harder than any other biotic charge in the game, and that's not even including barrier, which is obviously given with the power synergies, giving me even more force again. So stuff like that, when I'm seeing my friend get grabbed, if I charge in, they're letting go. Okay, the Krogans hits far too hard for them to not be staggered by it. Because before they did a major buff on biotic charge a while ago now. There was no other character in the game, the Vanguard, that could stagger phantoms apart from the Krogan. It was a real issue, to be honest. It's a really good thing that they've now, if you spec into it correctly, you will always be able to stagger a phantom with everybody. But yeah, okay, more weapons. I've basically, guys, what I've already said, that's all you really need for this sort of weapons build. If you decide to go with the melee build, guys, you can use the Piranha again, stick the Omni Blade attachment thing on that thing. It's so light, you can really get away with it. This is another way to take on those bosses. Remember, if you're not level with the enemy, they cannot sync kill you. That's for every single sync kill enemy in the game. So just make sure you're on a ramp, you're on the stairs or something, make sure you're higher or lower than them, and they cannot sync kill you. They cannot, they just can't synchronize with you guys. It's just not going to happen. So that's one way. So literally, a Krogan Vanguard can just live on the stairs and take on everything. That's a way to just do platinum, guys. Just find yourself a nice set of stairs and set up shop, because the enemy aren't going to gun you down, that's for sure. For the melee build, though, you can also rock the Disciple. I mean, it's not about shooting when you're doing the melee build. It's obviously about meleeing, so, you can go ahead and do that. The Disciple is like a paperweight, to be honest, if that. So it's incredibly light. Just stick the Omni Blade on that, maximise your recharge speed there. So you can just... So, look at it, guys. As long as you can charge, you cannot die. Because, that's just going to get your shields back. I mean, he's got immense health and shields, but the thing is... If you can charge, you're always going to have your shields. They'll never be able to kill you. So, it's all about trying to keep that weight. That's why I recommend the damage and capacity. That's why I'm recommending the Disciple now. You can also go through the Wraith as well. That does a lot. That hits very hard, and it's light as hell. So you can stick the Omni Blade on that too. I mean, that's non DLC, guys. So it doesn't get affected by the extra weight that the Omni Blade attachment brings. You can use the same pistols that you can use on the weapon synergy build. You could obviously go ahead and rock the the pistol melee stunner and the power magnifier, and so your charges and your melee is increased then, so you're getting the damage there. With the melee build, I mean, you could try and rock an assault rifle, and you could use the face stun, because it's the Omni Blade attachment for the assault rifles as well. That thing's light, it's got a great rate of fire, so it's going to help you set up explosions. But we're just kind of clutching at straws here, guys. That's me just sort of trying to give you as many options as you can if you're sort of new to the game. You really kind of want to be rocking shotguns and SMGs for this character, though. Okay. But here, look, I'm above the Praetorian here, so he's not going to take me out. And look at this, I'm getting gunned in the back by this possessed trooper. I can't be killed, guys. They're not going to kill me. As long as I can charge, I'm not going to die. I can just take too much damage, and then I can just reset everything that happens and be ready to go again. Now, for equipment and stuff, I've said it enough times now, guys, you want elemental ammo. Incendiary's always going to be the best. But you can go with Disruptor, and you can go with Cryo, and get those kind of explosions if you want. But that's what we want them for, guys, is the explosions. Because this is where we're going to get the Krogan's damage, okay? It's in guns that do a lot of DPS, and then, obviously, the following elemental explosion. Because otherwise, the Krogan's just a tank, nothing else. I'm obviously rocking the Cyclonic Modulator, and you can see how effective this is. It's just making me unkillable. But, a great choice is always the Adrenaline module. That's good for any kind of character with limited mobility. There's no evasive moves on the Krogan, so you can obviously slip out of dangerous situations with the Adrenaline module. And you can go ahead and rock something like the Power Efficiency as well. If you wanted to have something heavier on him, you could rock like the Growl or the Raider shotgun with a Power Efficiency on there. For the gear, you saw me pick the shield booster just because I now got stupidly high shields now. But you can go ahead and use the commando package if you want with a pistol, guys. So you've got the biotic and pistol damage there. Any weapon amp's going to help, though. They're probably a better option, to be honest, especially on gold. Especially on gold. Look at this. This is a weird fucking bug, guys. I pressed my thermal clip button. My character brought out his rockets and fired them all. I had no control over that. That wasn't me showing off or just being a dick, to be honest. I just got completely bugged out there. My character whipped out his rockets and fired them all off. So no spawn nuking for me. I wasn't happy about it, I'll be honest. It's a weird bug. I think that's like the first time I've encountered it. What are you going to do? But yeah, and weapon amps are good because you just do more damage then once you've charged in. I mean, we've got enough shields. To be honest, guys, this is a kind of overkill on shields, but I just wanted to show you absolutely how tanky this guy can be. Obviously there's other tanky options though. You can go stronghold package. The reason I didn't pick it myself is because I don't need the recharge, do I? I can charge to get my shields back, but the shield booster gives me 30%. The stronghold only gives me 20% increase to shield. So you can rock that if that's all you got. I mean, it also gives you more options when you're doing missions and stuff. If you needed to hang back and help the team with an upload and stuff like that, and you don't want to be charging out there and slowing it down, obviously you can get your shields back by just chilling in the upload then, can't you? Survivor loadout as well, guys. That gives you the same increase in shields, I believe, as the shield booster. Might be the same as Stronghold, though. But, it's the extra ops packs as well. I mean, should something like this now, I get right in this situation, it's a perfect opportunity. There we are, I'm using an ops pack. It's because I got hit by the Seeker Swarm, so I couldn't charge. I was actually just losing health. So, I can eat an ops pack and survive that situation. But really, it's only collectors that are going to do that to you guys, to be honest. Structural ergonomics is always good as well, for the same reasons I told you before about taking the power efficiency armor bonus. Just increase your recharge speed if you have to, because that's where the survivability is with all vanguards, guys. I can't stress that enough. It's charge whenever you can, charge everything, charge all the time, charge. Obviously, let me give you some options as well for the melee build with your gear options. I mean, there's the Berserker package, so if you can go with that shotgun and melee damage. There's hydraulic joints, more melee damage. Juggernaut shields and melee damage. You know where I'm going with this. Martial biotic and melee damage. But then you can always just that's it, though, guys. It's not hard. You want shields or weapon damage, or if you want for a melee build, you want melee damage or shields. Yeah. Because it's as strong as his biotic charge is, that's not where your damage is, okay? That's where your survivability is. Because it's the force as well, guys. You're going to just stagger the enemies like crazy. So you don't really want to be wasting your power amps on this guy, to be perfectly honest. Obviously, the weapon bonus, I rock the shotgun rail amp. That's a no-brainer. You're going to just use the rail amp you need, but obviously there's the strength enhancer if you want the melee build. Now, the thing with Krogans as well, it's like they're not slow. A lot of people think they're slow. They're slow walkers. They're not slow runners, though. Okay, so you hold on to that A button. You're going to get around the map quite efficiently. And look at all this stuff over here. I'm just going to take it on. I'm just taking it on, and somebody spoiled my fun there with a missile. I was ready for that, guys. I was so ready to take on everything that ramp had on it. They weren't going to kill me. I had an ops pack to until the flies got off me, and then I was just going to charge. They weren't going to kill me. But this is he is a great team player, though, guys. He really is. Because look, I'm over here now. Now the Scions look at me, and I'm going to take on. Both of them. They can shoot at me. They can melee me. I'm just going to eat it all. Nom 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 nom. He's just a huge damage sponge. You get the Krogan Battle Master, to just frontline any situation, and your team are going to love you for it. You just, because he can take he can absolutely take the damage, and and that just means nobody else has to. That means you can just have some guy with a great DPS behind you. Get yourself some Drell and Geth behind you, and literally they never die, and they just churn out a ton of damage for you. And then if you look at this weapon synergy build here, guys, I can churn out a fair bit of damage myself. I can do a lot of damage myself. But we got an escort here, so I'm going to be a good boy. I'm going to stick with the escort. But as soon as something nasty comes along like this, I'm just going to try and keep its attention. Boom. Now here, mistake, lasers, I'm in. So that's the thing. It's just I can keep my distance with the Riga. I can keep a safe distance, and then as soon as I'm boom, fire explosion. That's when you attack. That's when you get in melee range with a Praetorian. As soon as they do that move. Basically, their offensive attack on ground is literally the worst thing they can do when you're rocking the Battle Master, because that's your opportunity to see. Now there's a sound in the back. He's going to give the escort some sticks. So I'm out there. Look at me. I'm going to take all this damage here. And now they're down here now, so the team don't need me to protect them anymore, so I'm going to go help with the escort. These guys are going to try and get in the way, so let's knock them back. I'm going to just, boom, go on, explode in my face. I don't care. It's just so much health with this Krogan Battlemaster. And if they did manage to just put me down to like 1 bar of health, I'm charged, and those massive barriers are back. But no, the Krogan Battlemaster is a really simple character to pick up and play, guys, and be really, really effective with. And you're really helpful to your team, because there's nowadays there's a lot of quote unquote support characters. Okay. I'm sorry, the best support character is someone who's killing. Okay, you can go around and you can give shields, or you can just absorb aggro or put up roadblocks and stuff. But if you're killing the enemy too, you're going to be helping the team a damn sight more, because the waves don't end until the enemies are dead. That goes for mission waves as well, guys. The enemy have got to die for that wave to end once the mission is done. So, this is the kind of support character people want to see. It's easy to play. It's really easy to play, guys. It's really effective as well. And you're just a great asset to your team, because not only are you saving them, but you're just killing things as well, guys. And I'm going to show you how to do that with all these so-called support characters. Okay, the Volus don't need to run around spamming shield boost. The Juggernaut doesn't need to run around putting a Hex shield up everywhere and just holding enemies with this melee. They can literally just churn out quite a bit of decent DPS, and that's more helpful to the team. It just always is. And if you're seeing how well I'm just going up against the Collectors now, this is the worst faction for Vanguards. Just imagine Geth, guys. Literally, if you want that Lone Wolf banner, you are struggling with it. I don't know. Maybe I could teach you guys some sort of solo tips if that's what you want to see. Let me know, because I've done a platinum solo, guys. Quite sad. I got stun locked. I couldn't charge or anything then. So I did finally die, but no, I've done the platinum solo and stuff, guys. I got the Lone Wolf banner. If you need tips on that, and you want some help with that, I can do a video for you guys. I can show you stuff there. But if you really just want easy, you just want the banner for the sake of having the banner, go ahead. Rock the Krogan Vanguard against the Geth, because they ain't going to kill you. Basically, the only worry this guy has is sync kills, and there isn't any with the Geth. It's that simple. But yeah, we're wrapping up here, guys. What is this? 40 seconds on the clock now for extraction. We did lose our pug, but it don't matter. It don't matter. We're going to be fine. Watch out, Dom. Creepy crawly behind you. See? Charge in. So now I knock him off his feet, so my teammate's not going to deal with his lasers anymore. Just going to chin out a bit of fire stuff here. It's literally just keep the enemy back. Look, they can shoot me. Go for it. Boom, off you go. And this is what you do for the team, guys. You just literally go front line and eat all the damage, just sponge it all up. But that's that done, guys. And that's how you play the Krogan. Obviously, like you might have seen at the beginning, I'm definitely going to put an annotation and something up there to go check out the melee build. It's a more fun way to play him. To be perfectly honest, it's you're not going to be churning out that much damage per second, but you are going to be doing a lot of heavy damage with it. It's a really good gameplay by Dom, so go check that out. I am commentating that one as well. Okay, so all the tips are there too. Because if for some reason this does not impress you, okay, go check that out for the melee build. But there you go, guys. Leave you here with the scorecard.